Hello everyone, welcome to Bis A. In our previous video, we discussed about concepts based on data sufficiency. And now let's begin with the problem solving. Before getting into the problems, let me give you the directions that you need to follow for the problem solving. Questions 1 to 10. So that is in this video and in the next video, you are supposed to follow the same direction. What are those? You have to decide whether the data given in the statement is sufficient to answer the question or draw the conclusion of the statement in the question. So you have to verify whether the data is sufficient to answer the question or not. If you are able to make it, then follow this. Mark 1, so that is option A. If statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question, followed by mark 2. If data in statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question, and if both 1 and 2 are required, mark 3. And if any one of 1 or 2 are required, so just either 1 or 2, then mark 4. And with neither of the statement you are not able to get any conclusion, please mark option 5 or option E. So these are all the direction that you are supposed to follow. And now let's begin with the first problem. Among 5 friends, Ajay, Binoy, Chirag, Dhanush and Eswar, who is the tallest? And the tip that I would like to give you here is whenever there is a problem based on getting the tallest by guy or girl in the group and getting the shortest boy or girl in the group, follow this method. What is that? So Dhanush is taller than Ajay and Chirag. Okay, Dhanush is taller than Ajay and Chirag. So that means Ajay and Chirag are shorter than Dhanush. So with this, are you able to determine who is the tallest among 5? Definitely not. So then let's go to second statement. Binoy is shorter than Eswar. Okay, but taller than Dhanush. So Binoy is taller than Dhanush but shorter than Eswar. So this leads us to the conclusion that Eswar is the tallest. We are able to get into the conclusion. How? By using statement 1 and 2. And now you know exactly which option to choose. That should be definitely option C. Anyways, so that's been clearly explained in the solution. From 1 we have this following equation. From the statement 2 we have the second one, and combining both of them we have Ishwar as the tallest. So that clearly gives us the conclusion. Both statements are required to answer the question, which gives us the right answer option, option C, 3. That's it. So this is all that you need to do data sufficiency. I hope you are clear with this, and let's move on to the next problem. How many sons does D have? Okay, A's father has 3 children, including A. Okay, and then what else? B is A's brother. So there's a person by name B who's A's brother. So that means B is a male. And now they have asked how many sons does D have? D has 3 children, but we don't know the son because B's sex is male, which is mentioned, but we are unknown about A and C. But most of you will end up in making the mistake that A and B both are son. So definitely not, because A and C sex is unknown. So in that case, we have to choose the right answer option. Let me explain you that in solution. From both 1 and 2 together, we can conclude that A and B are the children of D. Yes, rightly said. But the sex of A and the third child of D is not known. So definitely from both the statements together, we are not able to get the sufficient answer. So option 5, both of the statements are not sufficient to get into the required answer. That's it. So this is how you make your choices in data sufficiency. So now let's move on to the next question. Who is sitting to the immediate right of Manisha among 5 friends sitting around a circle facing the center? Okay, we have to determine where Manisha is sitting among 5 friends. So let's go through statement 1. Shreya is sitting exactly between Kajal and Sneha. So Kajal let's take here, and Sneha let's take here, and Shreya is sitting here. Raj is sitting to the immediate right of Sneha, so here. And definitely there is only one person left, who is Manisha, should be sitting here. And now if you look at it, you can just clearly say to the right of Manisha, Kajal is sitting. You are able to answer with statement 1. So this is how you determine it. So you have to just go concentrate on the given statement and conclude it the right way. So with statement 1 now we are able to answer. Anyways, now let's look into statement 2. Now from 2, let me plot the diagram. Manisha is sitting exactly between Kajal and Raj. Okay, so let's take Manisha is sitting exactly between Kajal and Raj. And then Shreya is sitting to the immediate right of Kajal. This is Kajal. To her right, Shreya is sitting. And the next one left out should be Sneha. So now, who is sitting to the right of Manisha? So definitely Kajal again. You are able to determine. Anyways, let me take you to the given solution. From 1, we were able to determine Kajal is sitting to the right of Manisha. From 2, again we were able to determine Kajal is sitting to the right of Manisha. So that gives us the clear conclusion. Any one of the statements is enough for us to get the destination, to get the required answer. So that gives us the right answer choice, option D, which is 4, statement 4. So both of them are required. So now with this, let's move on to the next problem. What is the minimum passing percentage in a test? Okay, so let's determine that. And you have 5 options. So from statement 1, we get the required thing. So that is, marks scored by Sunil is 288, and in that they have mentioned that Sunil has scored 128 marks more than Raman. So 288 minus 128 should be Raman's score, which is 160. And now we just know 160 as Raman's score and Sunil's score as 288. So let's determine the maximum marks. So maximum marks will be 160 into 100 by 25. This 25 is the percentage scored by Raman. So 640. And now in this statement, we were able to determine only the maximum marks, not the minimum passing percentage. So let's take the help of statement 2. From statement 2 we have Raman has scored 64 marks less than the passing marks, which is his marks. So 160 plus 64 will be 224. So that should be the passing marks. And now we will determine the minimum passing percentage, which is 224 into 100 by 640, 35 percentage. So that clearly gives us the conclusion that, so from 1 we were able to determine only the marks, and 2 we were able to determine the minimum passing percentage. So therefore both statements are required. Option C is the right answer. And now let's move on to the last problem of the video. What is the distance between A and G? So you have direction sense problem and you can just plot the diagram. So before plotting it, so determine the direction. So which is north, which is south, which is east, which is west. So you should get this right as soon as you're solving the problem. So now point A is 3 meter north of point A. So it will be somewhere here. Point E is 8 meter east of D. So from here you have point E from point D, which is 8 meter. And then point G is 3 meter to the west of point F. Okay, so point G is 3 meter from west. So let's take F here, and to the west you have G and F. Point D is 5 meter north of point C. So this point is 5 meter north of point C. So then next thing, point F is 7 meter to the south of point E. So E is here. So F should be here. And then point B is 2 meter west of point C. So if you were plotting the diagram, you will get it as shown in the given diagram. So as followed exactly what's been told in statement 1, you will be able to get this or plot this diagram. And here if you establish a connection between A and G, you will not be able to determine the answer as you do not have enough references. So the same thing happens with statement 2. If you plot statement 2 also, we will not have any relationship between point G and F. So you cannot determine the distance between those points. So which gives us rightly to the required answer, option C. From both 1 and 2, we are not able to determine the required answer. So that's about the first 5 problems based on data sufficiency, and we will have the same directions followed in the next video as well. And I hope this has been very clear for you, and if you have any doubt you can drop your comments in the comment box. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.